Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 27th through May 3rd. I want to say May. We're going to connect here and see what's happening. We're going to pull a spirit message for you guys at the end with this deck here. And we're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here, this tarot deck. So without further ado, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what's going on, my dears. Let's see what messages are coming up for you guys this week for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty, my dears. And so what we have here for the first card is Queen of Wands, okay? Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign. If that is the case, okay, Aquarius, maybe it's not a fire sign per se, but there could be somebody who maybe you have had some kind of a rivalry with, or some kind of like a back and forth with, tensions with, and for some of you this person could be a fire sign. But I feel like what's happening is somebody might be stepping up to kind of challenge you in some way, Aquarius. I feel more like somebody is confronting you, okay? And again, I feel there's like a sense of competition here. That's not typically a feeling I get from the Queen of Wands. Any of you that watch my videos, you would probably be like, oh, well, that's the first time she said that about that card, because I've never really gotten that feeling from this card in the past. But for some reason, I do feel for some of you, this is not you or an aspect of yourself. This is someone who is confronting you because they feel a little bit threatened, or they feel like there's a lot at stake. I do feel an element of misunderstanding. And I do feel like it's something that you guys are going to be able to smooth over if, like, pride doesn't get in the way. Like, if you're not like, oh, look at this person. Like, who do they think they are? Like, you know, if it doesn't get into, like, the, you know, well, they started, I'm going to end it. If that's the case, it's not going to end. It's going to go back and forth for a long, long time. But I just feel like there's someone who feels threatened by you, feels like you're trying to take something away from them. And they're confronting you about it. So it could be a work situation. It feels like a work situation or a family situation. It doesn't feel to me like somebody fighting with you or arguing with you over a relationship or a person. I don't feel it's like a third party kind of deal. I'm not getting that vibe. These are general readings, so you guys are going to be experiencing the energies in different ways. I do feel for some of you, it could very much be you coming into the Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands, when she comes up, especially in like a career situation or work situation, it tells me that somebody is really fed up. They're tired of being like kind of pushed in the corner. They're tired of working their butt off and getting paid peanuts. And they just get into this realm where they're like, you know what? I know what I'm worth. I know what I bring to the table. There's no reason I should be putting up with this. And so she, I'm saying she because it's a queen, but it can be male or female person. They have this moment where they're like, you know what? I know what I bring to the table. I know my worth, and I don't need this. I'm not doing this anymore. And they will go and be very driven to get a new job or start a business or go for something higher paying, or, you know, go and you know, go after a raise or a promotion. And the thing is that because they're so driven, they end up getting it very quickly. It ends up happening very quickly because they're just done. They're over it. They know what they want and they're going for it, okay? The next card here, ooh, lots of fire, is you have Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is going to be a card that can indicate a little bit of impulsiveness, but having it come in with the Queen of Wands makes me feel like there's a level of ambition here. Many of you are taking a leap into a passion project, creative project, potentially even a labor of love, or in a work situation, it's getting heated. It's getting competitive. It's getting very competitive. Some of you are really on a little bit of a high. Those of you that maybe right now have kind of turned to the gig economy for work. Some of you are like, well, you know what? This is kind of like you're getting a rush out of it. You're getting a rush out of finding ways in which you're able to provide for yourself or bring money in for yourself or your family, despite normal work situations being disrupted right now. And for some of you, it's giving you ideas. You're like, well, maybe I don't have to go back to my old job. Maybe, I can handle this and do a few gigs and work on other things I'm passionate about on the side. And build something for myself. Some of you are like on a bit of a high in this like independence, or I'm handling my business, I'm having money come in, I'm feeling that vibe. Now, Page of Wands is a card that a lot of the times when it comes up in my readings in general, it's like someone who's getting a chance to have this second adolescence and like find themselves. The world is new again. Very exciting, kind of going in like this, figuring out who they are, what they want out of life kind of energy. Those of you where the Page of Wands could be an influencing factor. So what I mean to say by that is, if the Page of Wands for some of you is not you, it's somebody in your life, be cautious and be careful that this person doesn't pull you out too far or farther out than you're ready or willing to go. Because Page of Wands can be very exciting, can be very mischievous, very much if you think back to when you were a teenager, maybe there's a friend you had a really great time with, but maybe every so often they talk you into something that went against your better judgment, but they talked you into it. You end up getting grounded. You end up, I was about to say fired. So some of you maybe be careful about a work situation. Don't let somebody to talk you going further out or something that's going against your better judgment, because this person might end up, getting you in trouble in some way or distracting you. Now, I do want to emphasize, because this person is showing up as the Page of Wands, I don't feel like this is someone that like is intentionally like trying to make trouble for you. I think they're just maybe not thinking things through, and they're living for the moment, and they're just very letting their passions lead them. And it's kind of like act now, ask later, right? Like they're not thinking it through. So I don't think this person is intentionally trying to make problems for you. But, Aquarius, you're already in this week in this very like fired up, excited energy, and you're like the sky's the limit, and you're feeling a lot of fire within yourself already. So to have somebody come in and like fan the flames, it might be very exciting. You might feel very motivated. It might feel very liberating, but take advantage of that beautiful Aquarius energy that you have, where you guys are really able to tap into the realm of logic. You're able to tap into the realm of reason. Don't abandon logic. Okay, hold on to the passion, hold on to the fire, but don't abandon logic. And if something seems like, this might cause an issue later, stay on your toes, Your next card here. Wow, oh my god, you guys have so much fire. This is hilarious to me because this is not a new deck. I've had this deck for a while. I've used it for several readings. I've used it in videos. I've used it for private readings. You guys have like straight fire so far on all of your cards. Lots of fire energy. You are very, very motivated. Knight of Wands could indicate having to make a choice and not having a lot of time to make this decision. Okay, so something is coming in that's requiring you to act and requiring you to act quickly. I feel some of you are taking a leap sooner than you were prepared to do so. And you're feeling that this is happening because timing factors or the universe is pushing you. Please know and understand, if that's the case, if that's the situation, you were like, well, you know what? I wanted to do this plan, or I wanted to launch this thing, or I wanted to make this change, but I wasn't planning on doing it yet. Like I was going to do it in a few months, or I was going to do it next year. A move. It could be so many different things. You could have just been like, I wanted to do this, just not right now, and everything's pushing me to do it right now. Know that if that's the case, it's like the universe is speaking to you that it's time to move forward. It's time to do this now. You're getting nudged, right? It's, I kind of call it like tower moments, a time when the universe has been waiting for you and you're not taking the leap. So it's kind of like somebody coming in and pushing you off the diving board. it's not necessarily a tower moment that you're having this week, but it's very similar in that the universe is coming in and pushing you, nudging you. Like, it's time. It's time. It's like you're being forced to take action without the massive chaos of the tower, which is nice, right? Because those things two together can be very overwhelming. But I do feel, Aquarius, that you're being like pushed by the universe to make certain changes or take certain steps that you had already wanted to do, but you had put them farther out in your mind. Your next card here is the Page of Coins. And Page of Coins is, to me, a card that kind of comes up when there might be a time that we are reevaluating where we're putting our time, our effort, our energy, our attention, our focus. We're kind of reorganizing what we're making priorities in our life, or where we want to invest our energy and time. Okay, so I do feel a lot of you are establishing a career change or a business. A lot of you are taking money and putting it away. Little teeny bits, little teeny amounts. I feel for some of you, it's like you're changing your relationship with money, right? Where before you might have been like, well, I have all these bills, I have all these things, so, you know, whatever comes in, every last penny is going to go out, and I don't have anything left over. Some of you are naturally coming into that business element where they say you have to pay yourself first. They say that's how people get rich. They pay themselves first, which means that when like the money's coming in, I believe the standard thing is 10%, and maybe some of you are doing less than 10%, maybe some of you are doing more, but you're supposed to take 10% and put it aside, and then the rest is going to be for, like, you know, paying bills, or you know, if you have a business, putting money into buying inventory or whatever it might be. But the whole rule is you're supposed to pay yourself first. And so I feel, Aquarius, some of you are coming into that energy. And if it's not with money, it can be with like your time or with the things that you want. You're becoming a little bit more like, okay, well, let me get mine before we move any further. And I don't feel it's like in a selfish or greedy way. I feel you're just mastering your assertiveness, your self-preservation in this way. You're being a little bit firm, and you're having clearer boundaries. If you are doing something with a partnership or a business, I feel like you're getting very confident and very bold, where you're speaking up and you're like, well, this is how it's going to be if I'm going to be in this project, or this is how it's going to be if we're going to be working together. So I feel there's like a sense, Aquarius, of like you're taking what's yours. That's the overall energy in this week's reading, is I feel like you're taking what's yours. Some of you may have somebody confront you in that process, like we talked about in the beginning. But overall, I just kind of feel like you're in this energy where, I don't know if I want to say you're fed up, but you're definitely motivated for change. And I feel the majority of it is around finances, around career. And I feel like the fire or the motivation is coming from a degree or a level of like realizing how talented you are, realizing what you bring to the table, and feeling very like underappreciated. So that's the vibe I'm getting there with that. Let's go ahead and check out your spirit message for the week. Now, this deck here is messages pertaining to like boosting your creativity or creative process. So if you're trying to boost your creativity, if you don't know, guys, creativity and intuition go hand in hand. But if you're not so concerned about creativity, we can look at this in terms of like creating new energy in your life, or moving energy, getting energy to flow. All right, so I always invite you guys to take a look at the picture and see what's jumping out at you and how it's speaking to you. I see the clouds parting. I see the lightning. It's kind of going with the whole energy of the reading, that you guys feel very driven. You guys feel very determined to make some really big changes here. You know, you're forced to be reckoned with this week, and I feel the lightning is kind of jumping out there with that too. Okay, but I would have you look at it and see what's jumping out at you, how you interpret it, and what it says to you. The message on the back here is push. Don't feel inadequate. Forget how to quit. push on, no matter how things look. So I feel you're already in this element, because I was saying some of you, like, you're getting past financial stresses by getting into the gig economy or launching something. You know what you want and you're going for it. So this is a reminder for you. This is a confirmation for you, right? Some of you might struggle a little bit with that negative ego that's coming in saying, I don't know if you can do it, but you're feeling pushed. You're feeling pushed by the universe that you have to take these steps now instead of waiting, right? Number 2 is a number that asks us to hold the faith and keep the faith, okay? And to just keep going, keep going. You're building something for yourself. All right, my dears, I encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You might also want to check out the Calendly link if you want to schedule a private reading with me. More than happy to give you guys a private reading there. A card reading. I am a card reader. I know a lot of you have a lot of astrology questions or want your birth chart and stuff analyzed, or you guys come to me for a love reading and you want me to like analyze the birth charts. I would love to, but I'm not that skilled in astrology. So I do have an amazing, wonderful site listed in the description of the video where they're offering you guys 30% off of their astrology analysis if you want to get an astrology report from them. And you can use that code as many times as you want. You can get as many reports as you want. They gave me a reading. I was very impressed, and they offered to give you guys a discount and sponsor the channel for anybody that does get a analysis from them. Because I'm not an astrologer, guys. I don't want to give you guys false information. And if you check out the site and if you don't want to get anything from them, that's fine. They have free articles and things too that could be helpful if you want to check that out in terms of astrology. But if you would like a card reading, I'm more than happy to read your cards and to read intuitively the energy around the situation. I just don't want to steer you guys wrong in terms of astrology. I don't want to give incorrect information in terms of astrology. Guys, don't forget the love readings and the channeled angel messages for April are linked in the description. May should be coming up soon. I'm super behind right now because my recorder's broke. I'm down on one borrowed phone. It's taking forever to record and load. So I should have equipment arriving today, and then hopefully in the next couple of days you guys will see me busting out videos like crazy. But I hope to have the May love videos and the May channeled messages up in the next day or two, hopefully, fingers crossed. And daily messages I post on Instagram and Facebook, card of the day, pick a card, so make sure you're taking advantage of those as well. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears.